Hey guys, M13 here. I recently bought my wife Windows 8. She has Windows XP on her computer. My computer's Windows 7. I just recently updated to Windows 7. She has Windows XP on her computer, and then her XP died. Didn't die, but something on it, this woman. Something on it died. What was it? Oh yeah, I think that it was what was it, the ability to connect to the internet or something like that. It just totally died on her computer, and it was from a virus or a bug, because I went to the computer shop and they said a lot of people were reporting the same problem at the same time. Like a bunch of people's computers just couldn't connect to the internet, and I think they were all XPs. So I said, well, whoa, two kids playing in the water. I saw one person with their arm around the other. I thought they were helping them up or out or something. Anyway, so I bought my wife. So I thought, well, I hear that XP is more it's more dumbed down. It's the one way of saying it is dumbed down. Another way of saying it is it's made to be much more simplistic, easy to use, user friendly. That's a polite way of saying. User friendly is a polite way of saying more for stupid people. And I thought, my wife just, absolutely sucks. She's fucking stupid as hell when it comes to computers. It's not even a matter of, not being, well, I don't use computers, I just don't. No, she's just, fucking it's just stupidity. Anyways, so she can barely use XP, and I thought, well, I'll get this Windows 7, because it supposedly makes things, I know it takes a little bit getting used to, and you gotta, program, and, that was my own, there's the flaw in the whole thought logic, the whole getting used to part, what would take me, 2 hours to get used to, for her is probably, 6 months, what would take me 2 hours of just figuring out, okay, you click here to do this, oh, okay, this is here, and then, and it would take her, fucking, a half a year. So, yeah, she's just, I think she's been using Windows 8 for maybe 3 weeks or so, about 3 weeks, and finally she just starts, yelling at me, literally, and she's just this fucking thing, I can't use it, blah, 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 I can't find my favorites, I can't, and I'm oh, I didn't even know that, this was a problem for her, because I've actually shown her at least 3 times how to find favorites. You just, when you're on the new Windows 8 kind of browser, you just right click and then you left click on the address bar, and then all your favorites appear. So you go like this, and then like this. Put your hand up, wife, practice with me. Like this, and then like this. There's all your favorites. She says that for the last 3 weeks she didn't know where her favorites were. She didn't know how to access them, and then she was and then she's flipping out, and she's she recently, a few days ago, she was talking to someone, was talking to her on Facebook, and they were using English, and she says to me, I can't use Google Translate on this computer, so I can't talk with this guy, but he's trying to chat with me. Okay, so if you heard if you heard someone say that to you, how would you think to solve? So I went and I typed into the guy, I typed into the person that she was chatting with, I use Google Chat. I thought her problem was that he was trying to chit chat. I thought the problem was that she can only do translate a paragraph and send, and then leave it at that. She can't do back and forth chit chats because she uses Google Translate for her English conversations, and she can't do that much translating back and forth because it's a hassle. That's what I thought the problem was. So I said to the guy, I can't have an ongoing conversation with you because I use Google Translate to talk. I typed this in English for the guy. If you want to say something to me, say it, and, but I can't back and forth because I use Google Translate. And then she's like, well, why did you type that? And I'm like, you just told me you couldn't talk with him, so I told him I just translated it for you. And she's like, oh, and then she and evidently that was maybe 4 days ago or 5 days ago, and for the last 5 days she's been angry at me for that, because the guy hasn't talked to her again since then. And she's I'm like, what? And then she's like, what I wanted was for you to find Google Translate for me. And I'm like, well, if you wanted me to find Google Translate, she didn't know how to get to the fucking website. And I'm like, well, if you wanted me to find the website for you, why didn't you say, husband, find the website for me, you fucking daft cunt? It's why, she's like, well, why should I have to explain everything to you? And I'm like, well, because you're fucking dumb, and when you talk half the time it doesn't make any sense, so you should just fucking like, you know, trying to guess what her point is sometimes very difficult due to the fact that she's stupid. So when she talks sometimes it's just like, you know, she sometimes she wants to say that like the sky is blue, but instead of just saying the sky is blue, she'll be like, oh yeah, today I went outside and I was noticing that the grass is green and the stuff above it was like a different color and blah 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 blah, and she'll talk for like 20 minutes straight, and at the end of which she's looking at you waiting for you to comment on about the fact the sky was blue, but you know, but after listening to 20 minutes of fucking gibberish, you don't even, you know, by the time you've already tuned out whatever the fuck she's saying, and then you don't have a fucking clue. What the you just talked for 20 minutes about absolutely fucking nothing, and now you're looking at me as if I'm supposed to respond to something. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say. And like, you know, I'm using this as an example, but that's what it's like. Like, what she wanted when she was talking about this guy trying to chat with her, all she wanted was for me to show her where the Google Translate webpage was. And how am I supposed to fucking know that she's too dumb to find a fucking webpage? Like, who the fuck can find a page? You know, and she couldn't. She had no idea how to get off of Facebook and onto Google Translate. That was her problem. And I'm like, that's not something I would even conceive of, because I can't conceive of somebody being that stupid as not to be able to, like, she'd already been using the computer for like 2-3 weeks. So after 2-3 weeks of using a computer, how am I supposed to know that she isn't able to get off of one website and onto another? How am I supposed to make that fucking logical jump? So what she wanted was me just to show her where Google Translate is on a browser. But instead of saying that, she says, oh, this guy's trying to chat with me and I can't respond and I don't know what he's saying and I can't, and I don't speak English and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll tell the guy you don't speak English. Why'd you do that? Fucking idiot. Fuck. It's, what did you want me? You know, and all she wanted was me just to open up another tab and put on Google Translate. That's all she wanted. And she's actually been wanting that for like the last 2-3 weeks, but she doesn't know how to ask me that. You guys are lucky that you're never getting married. Babao, don't ever get married. You're dead in like a year, so you're lucky. Xiaomei, you still got a few years. Don't get married. Xiaomei, don't get married. Anyways, Windows 8. That's my fucking review.